everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influenced.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influenced.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards.
Playing cards.
Right now, you don't.
You're
playing cards.
Mr. President.
You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you can...
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I answer?
Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't been
in this
alone.
cabinet,
you
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment, if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
maybe
new.
Less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again,
I tell you,
just say thank you.
I said a lot of times
that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing.
Okay, what's up, my beautiful soul family? How's everybody doing today? So as y'all seen, there was a bit of a heated exchange between Trump and Zelenskyy, who is the Ukrainian, I think, leader. What it looks like to me is that Zelenskyy wasn't very happy with Trump's proposal. I don't know, just reading from his body language, you've seen that things was a bit tense, that he felt a little bit bullied. So what I thought I would do in this reading is I want to see how is America's relationship with Ukraine, how is that going to be affected by this heated exchange between Trump and Zelenskyy? You know what I mean? What will be the aftermath of it? Will there be some falling out? Will there be issues? Will there be, I don't know, some kind of war or whatever the case may be? So, of course, you know, before I start my reading, I need to put out my disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state in this video is just my interpretation of the cards. Nothing I state in this video have been proven to be fact as of now. So now I got that disclaimer out the way. Let's shuffle the cards and let's see what will be the aftermath of this heated exchange between Trump and Zelenskyy. Okay. Now let's try to pull some cards and see if Spirit will give us the answers that we seek. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, they're going to sever ties. Okay, let me see here. This is what I'm seeing. All right. Okay. So I'm pulling the cards right now, But here's, yeah. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. All right. So, what I'm seeing in the cards right now is that they're going to sever ties. Like the Ukraine is going to sever ties with the U.S. because of this exchange with Trump. I think they didn't like the fact of Trump throwing in their face how much they're dependent on them and how destitute they would be without them and how ruined they would be without them. They look at him as like a dictator, a cruel, disrespectful leader. You know what I mean? And I felt basically like, yeah, they don't want no parts of him. They may even seek revenge. You know what I mean? Because Trump basically told them they was going to sign a deal and they had no other choice. This is what I'm seeing in the cards, allegedly. I feel like this is how the energy is going. You know what I mean? You can see that there. I'll even show you guys of why I see this. First of all, you got the Two of Wands reverse, which is about the one where this card speaks about how Trump basically made the Ukrainian president feel like crap, that he kind of lowered his self-esteem. This is also a card where you sever business ties. So this is why I said I see them severing ties. What backs it also up, you see how right here you got the Two of Cups, but it's in reverse. Upright, it would be about union and forming alliances. But reverse is about cutting those ties again. So I'm seeing a couple of cards. And then you got the Death card right here, you know what I mean, which is about endings. Transitionings, endings, you know what I mean? Right in between that is the Eight of Pentacles, which talks about, the skill sets. So I think, so this is why I feel like they're going to sever ties. You also got the Knight of Cups right here, which is somebody who basically they wasn't very diplomatic in their approach. So this is how they feel. And I feel like, and then over here, you got the Seven of Cups in reverse, which talks about having no choice. Seeing the reality of something, which he did. He offered them no choice or he didn't even want to hear what they had to say. And you got here where you got the Eight of Cups, which is about a card of walking away or journeying, ending something, leaving something. This is the Tower. Then next to it is the Emperor reverse, which is about a dictator. Somebody that's a male that's in power, but he's abusing his power and he's trying to dominate others. The Tower card. I mean, there's a lot of cards basically that point into the fact that after this exchange, Ukraine is going to want to cut ties with America due to Trump's, I feel like the way they feel like it, due to his lack of diplomacy. Zelenskyy felt like Trump would not let him even speak. You know what I mean? Let me see here. So, I think that Zelenskyy feels a bit upset. He feels a little bit traumatized by his exchange with Trump. He wants to walk away. He wants to sever ties with America and because of Trump. You know what I mean? So let me see. We got the Hair in reverse, which is about some kind of disgraced leader. So I think that this made a lot of other companies also look at Trump unfavorably, like he's arrogant and he's a bully and a dictator, because I feel like the way a deal in a relationship works with, between countries is that it's not cool for one country to throw up in the other country's face how much they're taking care of them and how much they're helping them. You know what I mean? But Trump's attitude was that he was in charge. He was going to dominate it. It was his way because y'all need him. You know what I mean? Which was not the best way to deal with that exchange. Did Trump have some valid points? Yes, he did. And I can see where Trump was going with it. You know what I mean? But it just wasn't, it didn't look favorably towards Zelenskyy and towards the rest of the world. This is what I'm seeing in the cards, allegedly. So I'm going to clear these cards up and we're going to read some more cards. But so far, this is what I'm seeing. They didn't like having it. He didn't like having it thrown in his face that he needed America, basically, because he made it seem like they were weak without him, that they were basically feminine. That's how the dude felt. The dude felt emasculated. He felt like he was feminizing him. Like, oh, your country would be nothing without us. You know what I mean? Like I said, dude's feelings, not mine. Okay, so this put Ukraine, they felt like they had to constantly they felt like they had to defend themselves. You know what I mean? And they've been already fighting with Russia. You know what I mean? There was a lot of things that happened where they was already fighting with Russia. This caused more trouble with the Ukraine, made the Ukraine feel like it was a foolish decision to even get involved and ask for America's help. You know what I mean? This put country against country, basically. This is what I'm seeing. I feel like, yeah, it made, see, I said this before I even pulled it up. You see how you got the chariot reverse? The chariot is about the military. He mentioned he actually told him blatantly that his military, I mean, and not in those words, but he basically said, your military was supposed to be so strong, but we gave you this, we gave you that, we gave you this, making him feel like his military was weak and ineffective. You know what I mean? We were supposed to be allies of the Ukraine against Russia, but yeah, he just made him feel like he was like some child. He made Zelensky feel like Ukraine was just some child that America was taking care of. You know what I mean? That they would be nothing without them, basically. Zelensky, yeah, he wants to cut this tie because he feels like this isn't, they're not, they had a disagreement, they had a falling out. He wants to be released from this because he's like, you're not about to dominate me or my country just because you gave us money. Now, we tried to expand, we tried to form an alliance with you, you know what I mean? But what you're not going to do, let me see, I need to pull some more cards because it's like, I just feel like it's like what you're basically, I think what it's pointing to is basically what you're not going to do is throw up in our face what you've done for us. We realize that we are grateful, but we have our say too. This is what I feel like he feels like. See, stalemate. We tried to form an alliance, but yeah, we both can't move forward because you have your way, I have mine, and you try to dominate. You know what I mean? You're not very trustworthy. You're actually very you think you're the big man on campus. We're going to end this right here. You know what I mean? Because we have our country and we're going to keep our country stable, whether you help us or not. Let me see here. Now, yes, we have worked hard to fight against Russia, and Russia is strong competition. We'll admit to that. But I get the feeling that it's like, no, you're not just going to tell us what we're going to do and push us around. You know what I mean? We're not doing that. We're not down, cowering to Russia. That's not what's best for the Ukraine, at least in Zelensky's eyes. All right. So this is what I'm seeing so far. You know what I mean? Everything's alleged. Let me see here. I think he felt like it would be useless to continue with the alliance with I think Zelensky felt like it would be useless to continue with his alliance with America because he's going to stand up because what America is not going to do is put them at an injustice just because you sanctioned us. Trump was being about ego. That was Trump throwing his ego around, trying to throw his weight around, trying to get his point across. And, you know what I mean, because he felt like he was the leader and he was the one in control. He's used that same tactics with his businesses, you know what I mean, and it's just not going to work. You know what I mean? This is not going to work this time. This is what's actually causing more grievance. You see how you got the King of Swords and is in reverse, which I think is still standing for the older air sign male, which Trump is a Gemini, you know what I mean? He should have took time out and thought about it and been more diplomatic in his approach and listened to at least what Ukraine wanted to do and tried to implement it. But that was what he was supposed to do as a world leader. However, what he did was basically threaten. He basically made a threat towards Ukraine that he would pull out the deal and stop helping them if they didn't do what he said. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like a thing where, hey, we're in charge here, not y'all. And that's not how you negotiate peace. How will you, everybody involved, I feel like, wants to reach a common ground, but Trump is doing it in a very, lackluster, disrespectful kind of way. You know what I mean? But I just want to, so to answer the original question, moving forward, what would happen between America and the Ukraine? From what my cards are saying, America and the Ukraine is basically the Ukraine is done with America. I think they're going to cut off their their alliance with America. You know what I mean? And I guess they're well within their rights to do so. But tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is it for the alliance between the Ukraine and America? Thank you, my beautiful soul family, for tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next reading. You have a good one.